Hey everyone, so we're going to talk about how to convert from degrees to radians and then vice versa. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some slides and let's go ahead and talk about this. So here we go. We'll go back a bit. So we're going to talk about an example where we need to convert from degrees into radians. And as you can see over here, we have two different equivalent expressions that we can use to go ahead and convert. Now, I noticed that for one, we have pi radians on the numerator position, degrees in the denominator. Or the other setup, we have the 180 degrees in the numerator, and then we have the radians in the denominator position. So we need to decide which to use when we're converting. And it helps to just take a look here that we're converting degrees into radians. That means that degrees needs to cancel out. So we're going to look at these expressions and see which one of these is going to help us cancel out degrees. Well, here's our setup, y'all. So notice how the 60 degrees is going to get multiplied by the expression. And when we do this multiplication, these degree symbols, notice I did convert the degrees into a symbol. These degree symbols will cancel out and we're going to be left over with just radians. So let me just go ahead and show you this. So this is going to cancel out and we're going to be left over with just radians. So let's go ahead and see. So notice how I did 60 pi, that's on top, divided by 180. But you also notice that instead of 60 and 180, I just wrote 6 pi over 18. The reason for that is because I know that 10 goes both into 60 and 180. So all I simply had to do is kind of just cancel out these zeros because I'm basically kind of canceling out the 10 that was in common between the two. You could have just multiplied these out directly and then simplified that. But yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and further simplify this. Notice how we're now in radians. So we've already converted from degrees to radians, but we now need to simplify the expression. So in order to simplify this further, let's think of common multiples between 6 and 18. So I know that 18 is going to be 6 times 3. So immediately we can, cancel out that 6. And we're going to get its fully simplified form. Our answer is going to just be pi over 3 radians for this question A. Let me just clear my screen, circle the clear answer so that you all understand what it is and why. Boom. Okay, not only that, you're going to also be asked to convert from radians to degrees. So we first off used this first one. We used this first one here. And now we're going to transition into using this. So going from radians into degrees, we're going to use the second expression. So let me go ahead and go back and okay. So that's going to be B. Convert pi over 6 radians into degrees. So we're going to be using that second one right there. So I'm going to take pi over 6 radians and I'm going to multiply by 180 over pi radians. And we're going to try to simplify and cancel out some stuff. Immediately, radians cancel out. Nice. And y'all, pi cancels out. That's very nice. So I'm just left over with 180 degrees divided by 6. That's nice. We just got to use a calculator. Or you could simplify this if you want to. You could do 18 times 10 at the top and cancel out the 6. But y'all, if you just use your phone, just do 180 divided by 6. You should get 30 degrees here. And that's how we convert from radians to degrees. Here are our 2 separate examples. Make sure you take a moment to, create some questions for your teacher. For me, if you have it. All right.